Hi my lovelies, welcome to today's video. Today I want to go over how to sing the classic On My Own from Les Mis. So let's get into it. Hi, if we haven't met yet, my name is Freya Casey, professional singer and vocal coach from Germany. And let's dive right into it. But before I do that, I have a trivia question for you about singing technique. Which muscles are your breathing muscles? Is it A, your rib muscles, B, your diaphragm, C, your abdominal muscles, or D, all of the above? I'm gonna tell you what it is at the end of the video. You can comment below already. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna play kind of maybe an easier piano. I'm gonna make it softer, muted the piano. On my own, pretending he's beside me. All alone, I walk with him till morning. Okay, let's talk about it so far. You want to start out with a softer voice color so you have a lot of room to go later on to climax, because it starts very, just think about it as a very, it's almost like she's talking to herself a lot, and then she just works herself up more and more until she bursts out a little bit more. So more soft color, but what is really important, since this is a musical theater piece, you want to make sure, especially when you're singing soft, very good enunciation, open vowels, and very clear consonants. So don't swallow the consonants. On my own. Make sure the diphthongs are actually very clear. It's not own, on my own. Pretending he's beside me. So all the D's and all the L's and all the T's and all the M's, morning. Make sure you take not only the time, but you actually pay attention to it. It takes a lot of work. You put the work into shaping. How do you shape? Lips, tongue, pharynx. That has to happen here, and it also helps you with resonance. And by the way, I have sheet music here that is out of a songbook, but I know there's different versions out there. I'm going to do it just the way it says it in the sheet music, because you want to make sure you also distinguish between the dotted quarters and the eighth notes and the dotted eighth and 16th notes. So it's like on my own. See, it's not on my own, but here it's actually on my own, pretending he's beside me. So make sure you get those, just the timings right, because Claude Michel Schoenberg actually had a purpose why he just composed it that way. All alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. And when I lose my way, I close my eyes and he has found me. So what you want to make sure, in order to get that run nice, you want to shape it, you want to phrase it. So it's not, when I lose my way, I close my eyes and he has found me. So when I lose my way, see how, when I lose my way, I close my eyes. That first pitch of a group of 4, 16th note, you want to make it just a little broader, not longer. You just want to have the feeling you're making it broader. And when I lose my way, I lose my eyes and he has found me in the rain. So again, now a little bit more energy. We're increasing energy. We're keeping that good enunciation, open vowels. In the rain, the pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river. And I think for musical theater, it is so important to sing the words like they are spoken. Misty. You don't say misty in, so it's not misty in the river. So long vowels, not always. So misty in the river. In the darkness, The trees are full of starlight. I like breathing where it makes sense. So if I took a little lift in my speaking way here, like in the darkness, the trees are full of starlight. So, I mean, you could breathe if you really wanted to. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight. But wherever you breathe or don't breathe, make it clear that there's a purpose behind it all because of the meaning of the words. So, I mean, I could not breathe. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight. What I don't want to do, in the darkness, the trees are full of starlight. See how it's just plowing through? You want to give it shape. And all I see is him and me forever and forever. In my sheet music, it actually says to go up. Now comes the B part. The piano has a whole different character, and I didn't play what it actually does, so it's like. And I know. Now the marking is mezzo forte, whereas before it was piano. Okay, so more intensity, and also I think that reflects in your breath. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. That is quite low. Alternatively, if you cannot get that low, not to him. That could be an alternate pitch, but original. Him. And although, and there's an actual rest written in now after the although. And although I know that he is blind, still I say there's a way for us. I love him, but when the night is over, see how you're increasing intensity, more and more vocal cord closure, more and more ping in your tone, more and more bright resonance, and just more and more intensity, and just like that compression that we need to have that more core in the sound. Still I say there's a way for us. I love him. So in all the sheet music, it always says that him is on the downbeat on 1. But traditionally, almost no one sings it that way. I love him. That's what almost everyone does. You could do it either way. In the sheet music, it actually always says, I love him. But however you want to do, I love him. But when the night is over, he is gone. The river's just a river. See how the river's just a river. If I went and dragged that vowel, that just long, it wouldn't be that same word and it wouldn't have the meaning. The river's just a river. It would not have that intensity, just a river. Without him, and again here, it actually has him on the downbeat in the sheet music. Without him, without him. That's what traditionally most people would sing. Without him, the world around me changes. And now again, you want to not equally weight every single pitch in those runs, because otherwise it gets more like the trees are barren everywhere, the streets are full of strangers. What you want to do is shape. The trees are barren everywhere, the streets are full of strangers. See how even when I speak it, I don't go, the streets are barren everywhere, the streets are full of strangers. That's not how I would speak it. The trees are barren everywhere, the streets are full of strangers. And there it would be nice if you could taper off that last pitch just a bit, or at least do something to shape it to where it's not strangers. So it needs to be a little bit more. The trees are barren everywhere. The streets are full of strangers. Because now we have a breath and there's a connection to where we are back at how it goes in part 1. But we are in a different key already. We have modulated and now the intensity just keeps on rising. I love him. Now we're at a fortissimo already. I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life I've only been pretending. Okay, let's talk about this part. Traditionally, most singers here will actually go up. It's not on the sheet music, but almost everyone will have an alternative melody going up because, let's face it, in musical theater, you want to hear the high soprano part singer. You want her high notes, of course. I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life I've only been pretending without me. So let's talk about it. So it's like, but every day I'm learning. Deep breath, support, and you want to make sure you're not making yourself narrow here. Open vowels, and you have to experiment a little bit. I think more all my life. Really think of the first part of the, what is it, the diphthong? My life, all my life. That's what you're singing on, not on my life. E is not as good to sing on a high pitch. I've only been pretending. So just open up a bit more to get better resonance and to get that pitch out there. High placement, nice open pharynx, relaxed jaw so you can drop it while making that rooftop with your soft palate back there. Tons of space. All my life I've only been pretending. Without me his world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I have never known. And now it's like a sudden holding your breath. You're working yourself up, and then I love him. Okay, so you want to work yourself up, but you want to have that support in place to where you can stop in your tracks on that high pitch and have a nice offset and then a nice inhale supported next on set. Without me, his world will go on turning. It's shaping a world that's full of happiness that I have never known. I love him. I love him. I love him, but only on my own. Let's do that last part again with a correct piano part. So what you want to do is, because you're repeating I love him, I love him, I love him 3 times, you don't want to be like a robot and sound the same every time. It needs to have a different flavor and voice color, a little bit different each time. I love him. And in the sheet music, it actually has the same pitches 3 times over. But traditionally, a lot of singers will actually alternate. So you could do, I love him. I love him. I love him. And now you have to prepare that but. She says it 3 times, or you say it 3 times. I love him. I love him. I love him. And then you come to that realization, and that last I love him is the connection to that realization of, but only in my dreams. Not really. So I love him, but only on my own. That is so hard. For me, it's not those high pitches that are the hardest part of the song. For me, the hardest part of the song is literally that very last phrase, but only on my own, because you're coming off of that full vocal cord closure, full support, forceful singing, not forceful in a bad way, but just energetic, loaded singing. And then you're backing off, your vocal cords relax. You want that slightly breathy sound to have a softness. There's a retardando. And you're right in the cracks of your registers. So it's like, for me, the approach of being in a heady mix works best. You have to try it out if it's in your voice, if it lies more in a chest mix or a head mix. So more chest mix would be, but only on my own. I'm basically more in chest, not pushing, lightening up, but not tilted. Only on my own. Maybe I have a little bit more control and softness, and then I can decrescendo on that last pitch a bit better if I actually tilt a bit into head voice. But it really depends largely on where it lies in your passaggio. Most likely it will be somewhere in your passaggio if you are, singing the song and that's your voice type. So, and it would be beautiful if you started straight, but make sure you're opening that vowel. That is so crucial. It's going to be hard to get something out. So, only on my own. Make sure that N is clear also. So, that's on my own. Try it out. Let me know in the comments how you're doing on this song. It is not an easy one to get really nice and perfect. So what muscles are the ones that help you breathe, that are involved? The answer is D, all the above, because you need your diaphragm. That is kind of more the internal horizontal muscles. You also need your rib muscles and your abdominals. I mean, your rib muscles are in the back and on the sides and in the front, and then your abs are like the ones right here that are really strong. Here's the thing, for this song especially, you need to work these all in order to have that compression and to be able to play with voice colors. Thank you for watching today. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with a friend who may also love to sing that song. Check out all my free resources on my website, masteryourvoice.tv. I have a free 5-day belting challenge. I have a free 7 days to perfect support video series. I would love to see you over there, as well as in my free Facebook group, Master Your Voice. Have a most wonderful day. Always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing.
Makes me feel sad for the rest. I'm being gay and reckless. Anything is possible when you